Facebook jail. Yeah, want to talk about it. Just got out of Facebook jail. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case we haven't met yet, go ahead and put pound or hashtag pajama in the comments below because I want to know who is seeing me for the first time. Now, I did just get out of Facebook jail, thus the mask. I thought it was really appropriate. But I want to take a minute and talk to you in case you've never been in Facebook jail. I've only ever been in Facebook jail a few years ago when I was in a network marketing company. Actually, it's been a long time. But I, for the first time, found myself in Facebook jail. And how I got in Facebook jail back then was I was new to network marketing. I didn't know any better. And so I was doing what my upline was teaching me in my network marketing company. And I ended up in Facebook jail because somebody complained about how often I was posting about my network marketing opportunity and my network marketing products on my personal page. They didn't like that, so they complained about it and got my account shut down. Now, the other day, I posted on my personal page a happy birthday to someone I love and care about who I'm a little bit estranged from, and that person's relative didn't like it, so they complained to Facebook and got my account shut down and me in Facebook jail for 3 full days. Now, for somebody like me that loves to do Facebook Lives because I've just started to get addicted to them, I got to tell you, you guys, once you start doing Facebook Lives, you want to do them every day because they're fun. They're exciting and they're fun, and they're a great way to communicate with people out there in the World Wide Web world that we otherwise wouldn't be able to communicate with. Anyway, so I found myself in Facebook jail again, and it showed me a couple of things. Number one, it's really scary how fast and easily your whole business, if it's dependent on Facebook Live, can be shut down in a heartbeat without you even knowing it. I woke up in the morning normally I wake up in the morning and I answer coaching questions and do some coaching calls and do some Facebook Lives with individuals that I'm working with. And that was at a dead stop. Now, fortunately, I also use a tool called Voxer. And Voxer is a walkie-talkie type tool. So I could still talk to my coaching students because I use Voxer. But otherwise, I would have been really in trouble. I would have had to try to find contact information, email them all, or telephone them and say, hey, I'm in Facebook jail for 3 days. Otherwise, my customers would think I was ignoring them for 3 days. And I was definitely on radio silence for 3 days. And I'm sure that a lot of people are like, what the heck's going on? She's always on here. She's on here every day doing Facebook Lives. She posts way too much. We hate it. But wow, it's quiet. Did she die? No, I didn't die. I just was in Facebook jail. So the importance of having alternative ways of doing the things that you need to do that are important to your business and your life, you got to have those in place or you're going to be in trouble. My nose itches terribly. I'm going to kiss a fool. I'm going to kill the mask. So that was a big lesson learned. It also showed me some flaws in my system of how I create and deal with content. And not really flaws, just that I needed a backup way of creating that. Now, I'm involved in some Facebook Live challenges right now, and that made doing Facebook Live challenges really impossible because you can't be on Facebook Live if you're going to go to the letter of the letter of the law of a participation thing in doing a Facebook Live every day. But I don't think that the intent is to do a Facebook Live every day. The intent is to create a live video and create live content every day. So what I did as my solution is I made the videos on my cell phone, uploaded them to YouTube, and then just shared the YouTube link. Because it's not a live video per se, because if you can't get on live, Facebook Live, you can't do a Facebook Live. But it was a video that I did every day of me talking and doing my content creation, and I shared that. So there's always a way around everything, and it's really important that you've got those other ways of doing things in your back pocket because technology and tools and things change all the time. One of the things I do is I take my Facebook Lives or my YouTube and I take the MP4 file and I turn that into an MP3 file and I use that for my podcast, my Pajama Grandma podcast. And I have different episodes and shows on that. It's kind of a diverse and interesting podcast. And I'm adding interviews, which I love doing interviews. I think that it's so fun, and I learn so much. I think I learned more. Of course, I learned more by doing interviews than by just sharing my podcast messages. But I do that, and as part of that, I learned that one of the tools I use to translate the information from an MP4 file to an MP3 file, from a video file to an audio file, I'm just using a free tool. And sometimes that tool doesn't work. So I've got 3 or 4 other tools that are at my disposal. So if the one that I like the best and is the easiest for me to use for some reason doesn't work, I'm not dead in the water and I'm not freaking out because I can't figure out how to do something. I've got a backup plan in place to make sure that I can make that happen. So I'm not going to pretend that I know or all the terms of and conditions and the things that you can or cannot do on Facebook Live to not get yourself in Facebook to not get yourself in Facebook jail. I'm sure there's more things bad that you could do, but I'm never looking for how I'm going to end up in Facebook jail. I just know that it's a little scary to think that someone outside of you could just shut you down in a heartbeat. And if that's what your whole business is dependent on, if you're 100% dependent on Facebook communications, Facebook for promoting your business, Facebook for getting the word out and sharing the information of your business, you can be dead in the water in an instant. So I just want to make sure that you know that it exists and that there's nothing really you can do about it. I have, of course, contested it, but it's automatic. It's just a big algorithm. There's a couple billion people using Facebook, and so they're not going to be able to get to your case and review it in the 3 days that they've got you suspended. It's not going to happen. And the 3 days are gone regardless. You're not going to get that time back, so you just have to deal with it. And you can get frustrated, you can get mad, you can get angry. But bottom line, Facebook is an awesome tool. We want to use it when we can. And so we want to protect ourselves and make sure that we're not doing anything that are against their terms and conditions. Now, again, that's only us protecting ourselves. There's still ways for people to mess with you. So make sure that you're got a backup plan in case somebody outside of you does something that you can't control, because you're not going to get your Facebook account opened up again right away. And that's just because it's such a big company and there's nobody to answer your questions. Sorry, I got that tickle in my throat. I haven't had enough coffee today. So that is my Facebook warning today, and glad to be out of jail. I will be coming to you again soon without the hat, without the glasses. And I didn't wear them because I'm ashamed I was in Facebook jail. Everybody's like, anybody I communicated with on the side, they're like, well, what did you do? And I think it's funny that we always assume somebody did something wrong because it's not always the case. There are ways that, people can hurt their competitors. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't do that, because karma's a bitch and she will come back and kick you in the ass swifter than you can imagine if you do things to harm other people. Because if you're such a small person that you think you need to hurt your competitors by getting them shut down on Facebook or doing other unethical things like that, that just shows the world who you are. And God, you never want to do that. You never want to be that person, because there really is no competition. The only competition out there is you. Keep that in mind and you'll be okay. Have a backup plan and you'll be okay. Do things that are right and good. Make the world a better place, because that's what we're all here for. Have an awesome day. I'll see you again tomorrow on Facebook Live because I'm out of jail. Bye.